All right, welcome to another episode of the British Columbia Real Estate Podcast, episode 28. We're just going to dive right into this market update video. There's been a lot of people asking the same question. Is it a good time to buy right now? Is it a good time to sell right now? Where are we at right now in the real estate market? Fill us in with your knowledge and expertise, Jeff. All right.
Well, very, very timely question. What's been happening in the market, what's been happening in the news, the interest rates, all these things contribute to what's happening. So is it a good time to buy or is it a good time to sell? Well, like always, it's always up to you what's happening in your life and your situation. But if you look at it as a whole, what's happening right now, it's changed. It's drastically changed, and not even just by small little steps. There's been drastic change, and what people have to understand is that we went through a really huge boom. Now, it's almost fair to say as fast as we go up, we can go down, but it's not going down as crashing. Let's make that clear. It's not crashing.
Okay.
I believe it's headed towards more of a balanced market. And like always, we're more talking about the Fraser Valley area.
That's right.
Right? So is it a good time to buy? Well, there's a lot more factors to consider than just what's happening right now. Yes, we have to look at the interest rates, but we also have to look at what's happening not just as today, but what could be happening in the upcoming months. One of those things being the interest rates. Mm-hmm. So as a buyer, you really have to determine, are you buying to live in, buying to invest? What type of buyer are you? Now, also on the flip side, is it a good time to sell? Once again, your own financial situations depict for you what it is. Selling wise, one thing for the sellers out there, you have to realize we're not 2 months ago. And the funny thing, Rick, is I oftentimes tell my sellers this. When I talking about today's prices, they're like, well, Jeff, my neighbor sold, and we're just going to use a hypothetical scenario, that my neighbor sold for 1.2, and why would I take 1.1 or 1.05? I want the number he sold. So what I tell them, I'm like, okay, well, but 2 months ago, what was the gas prices at? It was like maybe $1.70, $1.60, $1.80. So if you can go to the gas station today and you see what, $2.03, $2.10, like what it is now?
Somewhere around there.
Can you go to the gas station attendant and say, well, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I saw $1.70, so I want to pay that price? Not going to happen. You have to live in today's market. And that's the same thing. Today's market is what today is. Stop living in the past, live in the present. You can't live for the future either. You have to live in what today is. So if you're ready to sell and you can understand what the market is for that, then maybe it is a good time for you to sell. Now, like I said, about buying wise, there's more to consider about that. But as a whole, yes, we're seeing the sales volume decrease. We're also seeing the listing. And before people are talking about, listings are coming out. Yes, there are more and more listings. But a little bit of the problem is that we're in a transition period where a lot of the sellers today are wanting that month ago prices. And that's not going to happen. And that's going to create more days on market. So that property that might have sold in 7 days or 9 days is now taking 20 days, a month. And the funny part here is a lot of realtors who got into the business a year and a half ago only saw the uptrend, but they never saw a downtrend. So when they see, oh, this property's been on the market 20 days, oh, there must be something wrong with it. Well, before this, it sometimes took a month and a half. The average time to list a property is between 2 to 3 months. We as realtors saw such an increase of demand and just a rush in the market where a lot of these newer agents didn't see it go past a month, right? So, sorry, I went a little bit off topic there, but is it a good time to buy right now? Well, there's a lot more to it than that, Rick. There's, interest rates coming around. I still think myself, prices probably will be correcting more so. Okay. I think there's a lot more correction going to happen, and part of that correction is having the sellers understand it's not 2 months ago. There is a transition period. There are things coming up that might deter buyers from making a decision today. So, is it a good time to buy right now? Depending on your situation, but I do see a correction, which is already happening, but furthermore happening.
So, okay. Based on that, would you say that, I know it's kind of hard to say, but would we be still in a seller's market right now, would you say? Or are we leaning more towards the buyer's market? Or would you say that we're right in the middle, somewhere in the middle? Primarily talking about the Fraser Valley.
I do not in any which way believe that on a broad spectrum we're in a seller's market.
Okay.
Right. More inventory has come out, which was the problem before with buyers, is that there was no inventory before. There was very lackluster supply of inventory, which caused all these buyers. And mind you, there's more to it than that, but because of the inventory factor, buyers didn't have options. Now we're seeing those inventory. Now we're seeing, besides just one, let's talk about townhouses, for example. Before, one unit in a complex, we're seeing 4 or 5. And it goes back to what I just said right now about pricing and sellers' expectations. If the sellers' expectations are still 2 months ago, well, that property is going to sit on the market. Meanwhile, Unit 31 says, I'm good to sell right now. So now they put their property up. Unit 2 said, I'm good to sell right now. They put their property up. And now you're having more inventory. So are we in a seller's market? Not so much. Are we in a buyer's market? I would say we're leaning way, way, way towards that. Where we're headed is, I think, more of a better question to ask. Is I think we're headed towards a balanced market because we had such a rise. Now we have to find a plateau. We have to find a medium here, right? So, and actually one of our earlier videos, we talked about buyer's market, seller's market. We talked about this.
Yes.
So I think we're headed towards more of a balanced market, but we also have to keep in mind that there is a transition period right now, which I believe that we are entering into.
Okay, got you there. Awesome insight there, Jeff. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, don't forget, like this video, guys, and subscribe to our channel, and write the words "I have subscribed" in the comment section of our videos, and I will send you out an absolutely free JC Homes hoodie. At the cost of Jeff's expense, of course.
I notice how you always keep saying that, by the way.
Make sure you guys sign up. I don't care if you're in Zimbabwe or Ecuador, if I pronounce that right, but anywhere.
Ecuador? Did you say Equator?
Sorry. We'll have to edit that out.
No, I'm not adding any of that part out. I'm going to go back to our high school, social studies.
I'm an audio engineer by trade, okay? Just like the video and write, I have subscribed after subscribing to our channel, guys, and we'll send you out a free JC Homes hoodie. And of course, there's a couple people who still need to receive their hoodies. So I'm hoping Jeff actually brought them to the office today so we can get that out to you guys as soon as possible.
Of course they did. They're in the office right now.
Perfect. Okay. And also, we still absolutely love getting reach outs from you guys. Okay. So I don't care where you're located in British Columbia, even if you're not even from British Columbia, but you're planning on moving here, give us a call. Number will be on the screen. All right. As you can see, we're back in the podcast studio now. Okay. From our last episode after doing our new renos, even though to you guys might see the same, but on our end, it's looking a little different and much better. All right. And
better.
And if there's some episodes that you guys want to see, definitely drop it in the comment section. You can also email us as well at bcrealestatepodcast@gmail.com. We love getting questions from you guys and doing videos about them, as you guys can see on our channel. Now, we haven't been able to keep up as much as we'd like to with our weekly videos due to things just being so busy, mostly because of Jeff's fault. Blame Jeff, that's right. All right. Definitely Jeff's fault in most cases. Okay, just remember that, guys. And
you're lucky I'm so tired right now. Normally I'd be making fun of Rick more. I mean, especially with these blinding lights, like right at me. I'm squinting. But it's all right.
Part of the new renos, all right? We got some new lights in our face, so hopefully this video will be better for you guys in terms of production and value, okay? We're thinking about you guys, not us. So now, Jeff, any last pieces you want to add with this episode here before we wrap it up? Trying to keep it short for you guys.
Not really. The most important thing here is to all of our viewers there, understand your market, understand what's going on. We are in a very big change right now. A lot of people have an expectation of a continuous growth, but remember, you can't grow without understanding that there's going to be a decline. You keep continuing to grow, then what does growth mean? You have to understand that there's different markets. You have to understand when to invest, when not to invest. Why are you investing? What type of buyer are you? That's probably my biggest tip I can give for this episode is understand why you're buying, because now is the time, and we've said this before so many times, it's about planning. In a hot market, you really had to plan and plan fast. Now we're entering a market where you have a little bit more breathing room. So if you don't plan well now, who do you have left to blame? Only yourself. So the thing that anybody should be taking away from this video is understand the market, is understand yourself, understand why you're buying, understand where your goals are, and then make an informed decision from that.
Perfect.
I know it's perfect. I said it.
Well,
I'm not going to say
well
something
said.
imperfect. It's going to be perfect.
Excellent. And JC Homes Magazine, also free for you guys and just giving you guys more value.
It's like
right?
giving away everything, eh?
Hey, take it. I can't say it's going to be free forever, all right? But in the meantime, take it while you guys can for free.
I'm not going to charge them. Are you going to start charging people? If you start charging them, I want some fees from them.
I never thought they would charge us for bags either, all right? So everywhere you go, plastic bag, paper bag, inflation's going to kill us all, right? These gas prices, I don't know. I called it. If you guys look at one of our older episodes, I talked about the gas prices last year. Okay, and if you guys look it up, there's evidence of it. I was talking about the hitting a certain price, and we actually hit that mark, all right? But, you know.
So in other words, these high gas prices, we can blame Rick for these.
Don't blame me for
right?
gas price. I'm one of those guys who's actually paying too much for gas right now, okay? I'm probably going to be switching to EV pretty soon here. Aside from that, more episodes coming up. My hunting video that I keep talking about, I'm editing it, guys. I have not forgotten about it.
Yeah, I hate to Photoshop something in there so you can shoot something.
No.
And me personally, I'm not a hunter. I'm going to go on record and say this. I'm not really big into that world.
If you want to see Jeff come with me in the future, drop it in the comments, all right? Where we'll go somewhere in British Columbia on a crazy hunting trip, funded by Jeff, of course. And we'll
Mark is slowing down. I don't got the funds anymore.
Okay, so if you guys want to even see Jeff come along with me on a hunting trip in British Columbia, Canada, drop it in the comment section, and we might make it happen this year or next year.
Can you start a GoFundMe page for this?
Hey, if you guys see it in the description, it's there, right? So there's that. But I'm planning on doing an actually bigger hunting trip this year in BC. Anyways, that aside, we have other episodes coming for you guys. I know we were talking about the accountant episode. That's still in the works.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to him
He's too
today,
busy.
and he's swamped right now, just completely swamped.
Totally understandable, right? Look at the season we're in right now. But we have another great episode for you guys. Brian, sorry, I can't pronounce Brian's last name.
Paganaban?
There you go.
Brian Paganaban from Calgary.
Realtor from Calgary. Like I've even had some of my close friends even move to Calgary. We were at a listing a couple months back. You even heard the neighbor come over saying, "Hey, we're moving to Calgary."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So, like, you just never know, and I feel that this might still kind of continue. I don't know, but he would have some more insight on that, right? And what's going on there.
Definitely.
So that episode's all for you guys if you're thinking about maybe making the move out there, or you just want to know more about what's happening out there, what areas to avoid, what areas to maybe look into more. All that stuff is coming in that episode. It's going to be action packed, and we're actually shooting it this week. Episode 28 of the British Columbia Real Estate Podcast. Oh, real quick, thank you to all the audio streaming platform listeners out there. We've actually had a large number in our viewership increased very recently for the month of April. So thank you all. We haven't forgot about you guys, even though our primary focus is YouTube, but we definitely really appreciate you guys, and might be adding some more bonus content to our audio streaming platforms only. So that will not be on our YouTube, but will be on Spotify, Apple iTunes, all the major ones. And if there's any we're missing that you guys want us on, let me know. But I do definitely try our best to get on every single one. All right, that's important. So, having said that, it's a wrap, guys. All right, so episode 28, JC Holmes, Jeff Chadha, Ricky J, British Columbia Real Estate Podcast. We're out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.